How beautiful is this?
It's a great view.
Mm-hmm. But we need to see the light. We need to see the light. We need the hope that everything is going to change. Every season of the hurricane, we're getting scared.
In Puerto Rico, the next storm is always on the way. So too with power failures. Blackouts have plagued the island for decades, the worst of them lasting almost a year following 2017's devastating Hurricane Maria, a Category 4 storm that killed thousands. The traditional response has been to mop up and move on. But 2 years ago, Puerto Rico's government took a different path, hiring a private company to find a permanent fix for its power issues. LUMA Energy, half owned by Alberta's ATCO and run by Canadian CEO Wayne Stensby.
Se cumple el primer aniversario.
His Spanish is a work in progress, but as former head of ATCO's electric division, surely he'd know how to keep the lights on. The firm has years of experience building and repairing power infrastructure. But Western Canada is a long way from Puerto Rico. Take the coastal city of Aguadilla. Mayor Julio Roldan says he gets at least 25 calls a day from constituents without electricity, often in neighborhoods where the fix isn't easy.
You can see
Oh yeah,
this area.
the sense of what the lines are like.
You can see the lines here. This is spectacular, huh?
That's quite a mess. LUMA's first big test came with Hurricane Fiona last September. Things quickly went off the rails. The power went out and stayed out. Lawyer and community advocate Ruth Santiago still doesn't understand why.
We did not expect this at all to happen after Hurricane Fiona. It was quite a surprise to have what was mostly a tropical storm that was along the southern coast as a Category 1 hurricane to take down the whole electric grid. That was incredible.
The Fiona passed for Aguadilla. This is the area that's going to be more affected.
How long were people without power?
We'd say like a 45 days after Fiona.
45 days.
Yeah.
But it isn't just the fallout from the storm. 18 months into a 15-year, $2 billion deal, there's anger in the streets. Outages are more frequent and last longer, say customers. And when the power comes back on, surges cause fires and fry appliances, while bills have doubled, leaving Puerto Ricans paying some of the highest rates in the world. Fairly or not, Wayne Stensby has become public enemy number one.
They make a portrait of you over there. Stensby, go home.
And making the company he leads a favorite target of Bad Bunny, Puerto Rico's global superstar. His latest album features a track called El Apagón, the blackout.
Único lugar donde cuando me voy a presentar tengo que poner como 15 plantas eléctricas industriales es aquí. El peor sistema eléctrico, se los digo yo. Está cabrón que yo haga una gira en el mundo entero. Luma para el carajo.
We asked for an interview with Stensby. Luma declined, putting up 4 of his deputies instead.
Welcome to Puerto Rico.
Thank you. Jonathon Gatehouse. Nice to meet you. They say the company's response to Fiona was exemplary, with extra help brought in from their American co-parent Quanta Services, and that 90% of customers had service restored within 12 days.
This is the first time ever that I see an effort like thinking about the customer first, making sure and taking care of them.
Not everything went smoothly, however. In the hardest-hit communities, where outages dragged on for weeks, frustrated mayors like Roldan formed their own brigades of ex-utility workers to repair the damage. Tensions flared over his so-called shark team. How has LUMA reacted to the shark team?
I say Luma. They said they're going to arrest me, and I say I'm going to send you my PIN location that you can arrest me right now.
There's a number of mayors who say that they've been threatened with legal action, they've been threatened with arrest because they created their own brigades to restore power.
We made clear to them the dangers of working on the electrical system without certified personnel.
I am not aware of we threaten arresting. We are not a we are not a I don't know if you're not the government.
Can't arrest anybody.
Puerto Rico's government has been walking a fine line, defending LUMA's contract while criticizing its performance. At one point, the legislature tried to have Stensby arrested for contempt in a legal fight over access to company documents. After Fiona, Governor Pedro Pierluisi demanded he step down. Yet months later, Stensby remains. A clear message, says Ruth Santiago, who wants the deal canceled.
I think LUMA really thinks it's above the law and that it can do anything here. Puerto Rico does not have to be a place of unmitigated disaster. They're just going to rebuild a centralized system that is not going to work for Puerto Rico. We can really do better. And unfortunately, LUMA Energy is the major obstacle in achieving that.
As you're aware, there's been a lot of criticism even from the government quarters in recent months. I'm wondering if you feel that maybe it's time for a Puerto Rican leadership team to take over this company.
LUMA is not about one person. It's not about Mr. Stensby or Mario or me or any of individual.
So you're saying that it's irrelevant who leads the company?
No, I'm saying that we have experienced and qualified people, and as you can see with the result, the outcome speaks for itself.
LUMA says public anger is misplaced. The rate increases are due to fuel costs for generating stations, which they don't control. Meanwhile, 10,000 streetlights have been repaired and 3,800 poles replaced, and $6 billion worth of U.S. government-funded infrastructure projects will soon be underway.
People here need to have a stronger system. They need to have more resiliency, have more confidence in their system. Unfortunately, it takes longer than any of us want it to, and certainly longer than customers want it to.
Although the rhetoric doesn't always match reality, this San Juan elementary school, less than 15 minutes from LUMA headquarters, has been without power for more than 2 months.
LUMA vino, LUMA nos deja sin luz. LUMA le pasa la responsabilidad a la agencia pública de la Oficina para el Manejo de Edificios Públicos.
Y el Departamento de Educación dice que la única opción que tienen es o cerrar la escuela o que los muchachos salgan a mediodía. Y llevan muchos meses los niños, las escuelas sin electricidad.
LUMA says the electrical issues are internal and have nothing to do with them. After we asked about the situation, the school hired private electricians, and the lights were finally back on the day after our visit. The next storm season is still months away. More time to strengthen the grid, but maybe not enough to repair the damage to LUMA's reputation.
The LUMA have to leave. They don't do the job, especially in Aguadilla, but in Puerto Rico. You know, they don't do the correct job. They need more employees. They need to have a good relationship with the mayor of the city, working together like a team.
A desire for a flick of the switch solution in a place where power comes and goes.
So Jonathan, given the complaints, given the trouble, why does LUMA Energy want to be in Puerto Rico and take this on?
Well, they say they believe they can make a difference, but let's make no mistake here, it's also a business, and they think they can make some money here. The $2 billion 15-year contract, that's just a start. The estimates are that the total cost of rebuilding and modernizing Puerto Rico's grid is going to be around 20 billion US, so that's 26 billion Canadian. So lots of money on the table, not just for LUMA, but also potentially its parent companies. We asked their Canadian owner, ATCO, if they're interested in bidding. They said, yes, potentially we are. But LUMA is going to be on the scene, as I said, until 2038 and under scrutiny for a long time to come.
All right, Jonathan Gatehouse, thank you.
You're welcome.